In a kingdom hemmed by silver rivers and silent forests, there stood a high tower with no door and only one window. Within lived a girl with hair like sunlight and a name long forgotten by the world, Rapunzel. Long ago she had been taken from her parents by a witch named Morwenna, who desired a child to call her own, but more than that wanted to keep beauty, youth, and love caged. She named the girl Rapunzel after the rampion flower from her mother's garden and locked her away when she was just 7, fearing the world would take her. Each day Morwenna would stand at the base of the tower and cry, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And down the golden braid would fall, shimmering like threads of dawn. Rapunzel obeyed without question, because she knew nothing else. Yet she dreamed. Not of knights or rescues, but of feet on earth, grass between toes, and music. Oh, how she dreamed of dancing. On windy hills, in meadows, in the middle of the market square. The books she was allowed spoke of faraway festivals and the joy of movement. Rapunzel would twirl alone in her narrow stone chamber, her feet bare, bruised, and blistered from the cold. But still she danced. One dusk, as rain sang against the tower walls, Morwenna arrived with something unusual. She held a small box carved from obsidian and bone. "I bring you a gift," the witch said, "to keep your foolish feet entertained." Inside were red shoes, beautiful velvet, shining like garnets, with satin ribbons and soles as soft as rose petals. "They're enchanted," Morwenna said. "They will help you dance like no one ever has. But heed this, wear them only when I allow it." Rapunzel nodded, though her heart fluttered. That night, once the witch was gone, she slipped the shoes on. They burned a little at first, then burst into movement. Her body twirled, spun, leapt. The shoes carried her through impossible rhythms. She laughed, free and wild, but soon realized she could not stop. Her legs ached, her breath vanished, but still she danced. Only when the sun broke the horizon and she collapsed from exhaustion did the shoes fall still. Terrified, she vowed never to wear them again without permission. But the taste of dance, real dance, was now in her blood. In a village beyond the hills, a boy named Elias lived. He was the shoemaker's apprentice, quiet and kind, known for crafting delicate footwear with secret stitching spells that soothed weary souls. One day, while gathering birch bark in the forest, Elias heard strange music echoing from the cliffs. A rhythm, frantic yet beautiful. He climbed and stumbled through bramble and thistle until he came upon the base of the tower. And then he saw it. A golden rope of hair cascading down the stone, and above, a girl in red shoes, dancing within her narrow prison. He returned every evening after that, bringing stories, riddles, and songs. He played a wooden flute. Rapunzel, aching for voices not her own, listened with her heart pressed to the window. Then one day she did the unthinkable. She let her braid fall. Elias climbed. He was the first human she had touched in 12 years. They spoke through the night. Rapunzel told him about the witch, the tower, the shoes. Elias, in turn, shared tales of the world, of music festivals, old wars, and his dreams of becoming a master shoemaker. "But why did she give you the red shoes?" he asked. Rapunzel's eyes grew distant. "To trap me more tightly. The shoes, they are a gift with chains. Take them off." "I can't. Not when I've tasted the world they let me touch." He understood. From then on, Elias visited by night. They whispered, danced, slowly, cautiously, and fell in love, not with romance alone but with freedom and the kindred wildness they saw in each other. But the witch knew. One stormy evening, Morwenna arrived early. She found Rapunzel's window closed, the braid not hanging, the red shoes tossed aside. "You've disobeyed me," she snarled, her eyes flaming like coals. "You let someone in." Rapunzel, now no longer a child, stood tall. "I want to leave. You belong to me." "No. I belong to the wind, the earth, the sky, and to myself." Enraged, Morwenna raised her staff and struck the red shoes. "Then let them carry you to your end." The shoes flew across the room and leapt onto Rapunzel's feet. She screamed as they tightened like vines. "Dance, little bird," hissed the witch. "Dance until your bones shatter." And she vanished. Rapunzel stumbled, twirling, thrashing against the rhythm. The shoes took her, forcing her limbs beyond human motion. She wept, falling against the stone, dancing and bleeding. Elias arrived too late. He climbed as her screams echoed into the night. "Rapunzel," he cried. She was a blur of movement, red ribbons trailing, eyes wild. "Help me," she gasped. "I can't stop." Elias did the only thing he could. He leapt forward and caught her mid-spin. She collapsed into his arms, the shoes still twitching on her feet. "Let me try something," he whispered. From his satchel, he pulled a cobbler's awl, a tiny chisel, and a needle of bone passed to him by his grandmother, once a hedge witch. With trembling hands, he began to unpick the seams of the shoes while humming an old lullaby. The shoes fought back, laces lashing, soles twisting. But Elias was steady. As he worked, he whispered, "You are more than these bindings. You are the dancer, not the dance. You are not a curse." Finally, as dawn approached, the last stitch unraveled. The shoes fell silent and crumbled into ash. Rapunzel's feet were blistered, bloodied, but her spirit was unbroken. "I can't stay here," she said. "Then don't," Elias replied, offering his hand. Together they descended the tower, not with magic, not with wings, but slowly, step by step, braid by braid. The forest welcomed them. The wind laughed. The world at last lay open. They traveled from village to village. Rapunzel, despite the pain in her feet, danced for children, the old, the lonely. Her steps were no longer bound by magic but by joy. Elias crafted shoes of bark and silk, making each pair unique and gentle. Years later they opened a little shop near the seaside. Above the door hung a sign, "For those who've walked through fire." Inside, shoes lined the walls, shoes for the weary, for the bold, for those who had once been trapped and had chosen to be free. And on a high shelf sat 2 pieces of red velvet, silent and still, a reminder of the power of choice and the danger of beauty without freedom. Rapunzel never again danced with cursed shoes. She danced with scars, with freedom, and with her own music. And that, at last, was enough.